The Roman inventions that could have started the Industrial Revolution. What if I told you that the Industrial Revolution could have happened 1,500 years earlier? Hidden in the ruins of the Roman Empire are the remains of technologies so advanced they could have transformed the ancient world. Steam engines, automated machines, precision manufacturing, and even vending machines that worked flawlessly for centuries. Welcome back to Beneath the Ruins. Today we're uncovering one of history's greatest mysteries. Why didn't the Roman Empire trigger an industrial revolution that would have changed the course of human civilization? The Romans possessed technologies that wouldn't be reinvented until the 1700s, yet they never used them to transform their society. The story reveals how innovation alone isn't enough to spark revolutionary change. The story begins with a brilliant inventor named Hero of Alexandria, who lived in the 1st century AD and created what may be the most important machine in human history, a working steam engine. Hero's eolipile used steam pressure to spin a metal sphere, demonstrating the same principle that would power locomotives and factories 1,600 years later. But here's what makes this truly extraordinary. Hero didn't just build one steam engine as a curiosity. He wrote detailed manuals describing dozens of automated machines, including self-opening temple doors, coin-operated holy water dispensers, and programmable theatrical devices that could perform entire plays without human intervention. Hero's inventions weren't theoretical designs, they were practical machines that actually worked. Archaeological evidence from across the Roman Empire shows these technologies were built and used in cities throughout the Mediterranean. Roman temples featured automated doors that opened when priests lit sacred fires. Public fountains included coin-operated mechanisms that dispensed measured amounts of water. Most remarkably, Hero's programmable automata used systems of ropes, pulleys, and falling weights to create mechanical computers that could execute complex sequences of actions. These weren't simple clockwork toys. They were sophisticated control systems that could coordinate multiple moving parts to perform elaborate functions. But Hero was just one of many Roman inventors pushing the boundaries of ancient technology. What's truly mind-blowing is the scale of Roman industrial capacity that historians are only now beginning to understand. Recent archaeological discoveries have revealed that Rome operated what can only be described as ancient factories. The Barbegal mill complex in southern France featured 16 water-powered flour mills arranged in a sophisticated industrial layout that could process 4.5 tons of grain per day, enough to feed 40,000 people. This wasn't just large-scale production, it was precision engineering that required advanced understanding of water flow, gear ratios, and mechanical power transmission. The Romans built these mills using standardized components and modular design principles that allowed for easy maintenance and replacement. But here's where it gets really interesting. Similar industrial complexes have been found throughout the Roman Empire, suggesting a level of mechanical sophistication that rivals early industrial era manufacturing. The Romans also developed mass production techniques that wouldn't be seen again until the Industrial Revolution. Roman factories produced identical pottery, metalwork, and glass, using standardized molds and assembly line processes. They created interchangeable parts for military equipment, allowing damaged weapons and armor to be quickly repaired using components from centralized manufacturing centers. Archaeological analysis of Roman artifacts has revealed precision manufacturing tolerances that match modern industrial standards. Roman engineers could create gear systems with teeth cut to fractions of millimeters, produce glass vessels with uniform thickness, and manufacture metal components with consistent chemical composition across vast production runs. What's most shocking is that Romans had all the individual technologies needed for an industrial revolution: steam power, precision manufacturing, mass production, and even the economic infrastructure to support large-scale industrial development. The Romans also pioneered industrial mining techniques that extracted resources on an unprecedented scale. Spanish silver mines used water-powered crushing mills, mechanical ore separators, and hydraulic systems, that could process tons of raw material daily. Roman engineers developed techniques for deep shaft mining, underground ventilation, and mineral processing that wouldn't be improved upon for over a millennium. But perhaps the most advanced Roman technology was their concrete, which modern engineers are still trying to fully understand. Roman concrete wasn't just durable, it was self-healing, getting stronger over time and capable of setting underwater. They used this revolutionary material to build massive domes, underground structures, and harbor installations that demonstrate engineering capabilities that weren't matched until the modern era. The mystery deepens when we consider Roman mechanical devices that seem almost impossibly advanced for their time. The Antikythera mechanism, discovered in a Roman shipwreck, is a bronze computer with over 80 precisely cut gears that could predict astronomical events with remarkable accuracy. But that's not the most amazing part. Recent research has revealed that similar devices may have been relatively common in the Roman world. References in ancient texts suggest that mechanical calculators, astronomical computers, and automated timekeeping devices were used throughout the empire. Roman engineers also created sophisticated hydraulic systems that went far beyond simple water distribution. They built pressure-powered elevators, hydraulic-powered mills, and water-operated machinery that could perform complex manufacturing tasks. Some Roman installations used water pressure to power trip hammers, grinding wheels, and other industrial equipment with remarkable efficiency. Here's what makes this story even more incredible. Romans had access to cheap slave labor, yet they still invested in labor-saving machinery. This suggests they understood the economic benefits of mechanization and were actively working toward more efficient production methods. The Romans also built the infrastructure needed to support industrial development. Their road network, standardized currency, and legal system created the economic conditions necessary for large-scale manufacturing and distribution. Roman commercial law included concepts like corporations, banking, and industrial investment that provided the financial framework for technological development. So why didn't Rome experience an industrial revolution? The answer reveals crucial insights about how technological and social change actually work. The truth is that Rome came remarkably close to triggering an industrial revolution, but several factors prevented the final breakthrough. First, Roman social structure created economic disincentives for widespread mechanization. The empire's wealth was built on slave labor and agricultural production, which made the ruling class resistant to changes that might disrupt their power base. But here's where it gets really interesting. Some historians argue that Rome actually did experience a form of industrial revolution, but it was limited by the available energy sources and materials. Roman technology was constrained by the need to use wood, water power, and human-animal energy, which limited the scale of industrial development. The Romans lacked access to coal deposits and iron ore concentrations that fueled the later Industrial Revolution in Britain. Without cheap, abundant fossil fuels, Roman industrial development remained limited to water-powered systems and human-operated machinery. Climate change may have also played a role. The Roman climate optimum, a period of favorable weather that supported the empire's expansion, began to end around 200 AD. Cooling temperatures and changing precipitation patterns may have reduced the agricultural surpluses needed to support large-scale industrial development. Political instability during the later empire also disrupted the conditions needed for sustained technological development. Civil wars, barbarian invasions, and economic crises made long-term investment in advanced technology increasingly difficult. But the most important factor may have been cultural. Roman society valued tradition and stability over innovation and change. While individual inventors like Hero created remarkable machines, Roman culture as a whole was conservative and resistant to technologies that might disrupt social order. The collapse of the Roman Empire around 500 AD ended the ancient world's best chance for early industrialization. Much of the technological knowledge that had accumulated over centuries was lost, and it would take over a millennium for humans to redevelop the mechanical sophistication that Romans had achieved. What happened next will blow your mind. When Renaissance scholars rediscovered Roman technical manuals, they initially refused to believe ancient people could have created such advanced technology. Hero's steam engine was dismissed as impossible, and Roman concrete was considered inferior to medieval techniques until modern analysis revealed its superior properties. The Roman inventions that could have started the Industrial Revolution remind us that technological progress isn't inevitable or predictable. Rome possessed all the individual technologies needed for industrial transformation, yet never achieved the breakthrough that would come centuries later in a very different society. This story has profound implications for understanding innovation and social change. It shows that having advanced technology isn't enough. Societies also need the economic incentives, social structures, and cultural attitudes that support widespread adoption of new techniques. Perhaps most importantly, the Roman experience demonstrates that historical progress isn't linear. Civilizations can achieve remarkable technological sophistication, then lose that knowledge when social and economic conditions change. The Romans came tantalizingly close to transforming human civilization through industrial technology, but the opportunity was lost when their empire collapsed. Modern engineers studying Roman technology are discovering that ancient inventors were far more sophisticated than previously believed. Some Roman techniques are being revived for contemporary applications, proving that innovation can travel across millennia when the conditions are right. The mystery of why Rome didn't experience an industrial revolution continues to fascinate historians and offers crucial insights into the relationship between technology and social change. In our modern era of rapid technological development, the Roman experience reminds us that having advanced technology and using it to transform society are two very different things. What do you think prevented Rome from achieving an industrial revolution? Could their advanced technologies have changed the course of human history if social conditions had been different? Share your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe for more stories of lost technologies that might have transformed the ancient world.